Okay, guys. I'm just trying to get this figured out the best that I can. Make sure that we're all squared away. Anyway, excited to be in the new school year. It's going to be a great year. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to be back in school, be back doing what we're doing. Um, just really quickly, I'm figuring out this program, so bear with me. Be patient. Okay, so here's where we're at. Um, just so everybody knows, so we have a new program that we're going to use for a language arts curriculum this year. This is something that I've taught in previous schools that I worked in, and I'm a huge advocate of the program. I saw great growth and and goals were reached through this program for reading and for language arts. Just because it's called Read 180, that doesn't mean that it's not. There's going to be writing, there's going to be reading, there's going to be a lot of discussions. There's going to be a lot of work. It takes some work. Each student will have uh, a whole group experience, which I will record every day. Um, so we do that as a full group when all of our students are together, and also it's just kind of the whole group is what it's called. Okay. Then the students will also have you students will also have a computer section of 15 to 20 minutes, and then you'll also have an independent reading section of 15 to 20 minutes. And we'll get more into that as we get computers and we get set. But just wanted to kind of give a brief explanation of what we're doing today and what we're doing this year as far as our reading program. I'm really excited about it, and we're very fortunate to get this within our district. Okay, so this is the very first page in our, it's called a real book, and each student will have a real book, but I wanted to put this on the screen to record it and put it on Canvas. Okay, so getting started. It kind of gives us a few ideas here. So it talks about mindset. Think about yourself as a learner. Discover how your brain can change and grow. Okay, so mindset to me, guys, is do I have a mindset of poor me? I just can't do it, so I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to stick with what I'm comfortable with. Sometimes I do. And you know what? I don't grow when I am in that mindset. However, when I'm in a mindset of, you know what, this is hard, I struggle with this, but if I stick to it, if I just stick to it, I will be able to get through this. One experience that I can think of with this mindset change is when I was in college at Utah State University. I really struggled with the math classes that I was required to take. Um, so I would go to these math classes and I would go in, and man, I just felt like it was a foreign language to me, to be honest. And I worried. I really worried that I would even be able to pass these classes. Um, you know what though? I stuck to it. I decided, you know what? I have to do this, and I've got to do whatever it takes to do it. So I would go into they called it the math tutoring lab, and I could walk you right to it today because I went there so many times, and and man, I went in there and I felt like these tutors probably looked at me like, wow, why is he even here? Because I was struggling. I had a hard time with it. They had these little blocks that you would put a flag up if you needed help. And you know what? I would put my flag up, and as soon as I um, the tutor came and helped me, and they walked away, I'd put it right back up because they were required to help all the students. So, but I knew I needed that much help, but I just stuck with it, and I worked and worked and worked and worked. And you know what? I was able to pass those classes, not with amazing grades, but I was able to just stick to it, and I in my mind I had to just decide I was going to do it. So you know what? We have to have that positive mindset, that growth mindset. Okay, we all know down here what goals are. Set a goal and plan how to achieve it. Um, you know, it's so important to set goals. When we get away from goals and thinking about our goals, it's easy to just get complacent and kind of just go through the motions. You think about it, exercise goals. Okay, if I want to exercise and I want to run or walk at least 10 miles per week, if I get away from that goal and I don't think about it every day, and it's Saturday or Sunday and my goals needs to be met, you know what? I'm not in good enough shape to go run 10 miles today. I'd be in trouble. Okay, so we need these goals. We need to think about our goals each day, and we're going to set some goals as far as this class goes, about as far as school goes, all that good stuff. Okay, so it says down here, your Read 180. What will your Read 180 story be? What do you want to accomplish this year? Okay, and I know you don't have a ton of experience with it yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so we'll be able to set some goals. Okay, just zoomed in a little bit. So this young man, as you can see, says the Read 180 experience. What will your Read 180 story be? Shadrach Bokier left his country in Africa and moved to the United States. It was not an easy transition. Okay, I know we've been through some kind of tough transitions this last 6 months. Okay, we've all dealt with transitions. Some of us have moved before, like him. I've never moved to another country, but I can imagine it would be very difficult. Okay, so I'm gonna read his story to you, and then we're gonna kind of go through some of these questions. My name is Shadrach Bokier. I'm a college graduate. I write plays. I'm the CEO of a theater group. I was a Read 180 student, just like you. I sat in your seat once. When I was 14, in 8th grade, I was in a Read 180 class. At the time, I couldn't read well, even though I was curious about the world. I couldn't write well, even though I had lots to say. I was failing my classes. I was held back. I wasn't confident. I didn't think anyone believed in me. I did not believe in myself. Then, my Read 180 teacher saw something in me that no one else saw. In this class, my reading improved. I learned to write, too. I discovered that I had stories to tell. Now, I run my own theater company. It's called The Truth. Today, you're starting a Read 180 class. Where will it lead you? Okay, so, guys, what was challenging for Shadrach? And what can be challenging about reading? Okay, I know that each of us are in different situations with our reading experiences and where we're at academically. The thing that's cool about this program is here in a few days, I'm going to give you just a small assessment to take, and when you take that assessment, it will kind of put you at your own level. I can have 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders all in the same class because it's going to put you at your appropriate level that will push you, but also that you're somewhat comfortable with so that you can continue to grow. I promise if you work hard this year throughout this class and you take this serious, your reading levels and your language arts levels will develop and they will grow, and you'll be able to see that in your reading inventory scores. That's the test. That's the little assessment that we'll take. Not a big deal, but it's just a great way for us to gauge where you're at. Okay, so excuse me, guys. So for today, I apologize. Sorry. Okay, so for today, we're going to have these things called do now. Okay, do now is going to be pretty much at the beginning of class. But if you were writing your life story, you would probably include blank. So what I want you guys to do, click on this reply. You need to, I'm just going to write this, that it's an example, ... Okay, you need to write it if you were writing your life story, and I want you to write it in complete sentences. Sometimes we get used to just giving very brief sentences or brief answers. I want you to write in complete sentences. If you were writing your life story, you would probably include I'm just going to say experiences from your childhood. Okay, that part right here is up for you to fill in. Okay, and I'd like you to do that. Okay, and then just post reply. Okay, that's the beginning. All right. When everybody has their computers, hopefully here within the next day or two, we will start to get into the computer work that you do on your own, and also I'll show you how you get your books so that you can read these books at your level. Okay. Like I say, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a very, very positive experience for everybody. Um, as long as we put the time into it. Okay, so please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns, and we will go from there, guys. Okay, thanks so much. Have an amazing day. August 25th, second day of school, so keep it up.